Radio's dead again.
Good. Silence is better taste. Dead signals in the stereo line. Broken towers out of time. Baseline thick like desert sand. Pulling slow across the land. She's drawing maps and cigarette smoke, each one ending in a joke. Dashboard glowing tired gold. Engine humming stories old. Streetlight halos smear the glass. Ghost towns drifting as we pass. Every mile a quiet dare. Floating through the desert air. The snare snaps thin like winter bone. Synth pads hum a violet tone. Somewhere far a siren bends through the dark where the highway ends. She says maybe nothing's real after midnight behind the wheel. I say maybe truth just sleeps while the city softly creeps. Every wire above the road carrying an unseen code. Every rhythm in the night moving just beyond the light. Dead signals in the air, dead signals everywhere. Every broken radio singing things we shouldn't know. Dead signals in the lane, dead signals in the rain. Every bass note drifting wide keeps the darker thoughts inside. Dead signals in the sky, dead signals drifting by. Every mile the speakers say, let the quiet have its way. Truck stop glowing toxic green. Coffee burnt and magazines. Someone arguing near the door about a war nobody's for. She buys gum and cheap red wine. Says disaster tastes divine. I say optimism's rare. She says sarcasm's just despair. Back inside the engine hum. Night returning like a drum. Guitar whispers thin and dry. Through the desert's open sky, the groove keeps walking slow and calm, like a saint without a psalm. Every mile a darker rhyme, written softly out of time. Somewhere dawn prepares its light, painting pale across the sky. But the night still owns the lane, and the baseline knows our name. Signals die, but echoes don't. Dead signals through the frame, dead signals without name. Every fading frequency sounds like hidden poetry. Dead signals in the glow, dead signals running low. Every mile the night repeats through the vinyl of the streets. Dead signals drifting far, dead signals where we are. Every quiet undertone turns the highway into radio still dead. Perfect. Now we can hear the road thing.
Okay. Here's the honest part. The highway looked romantic until the sun went down, and everything honest turned electric. Desert night opening wide and thin, cold air crawling through the window rim. Truck stop, coffee in a paper cup, tastes like bad advice dressed up. She's tracing shapes in the fogged up glass, watching dead town slide past. I'm counting towers, signs and lanes, little metal prayers in the dark and plains. The groove sits low, mean unbothered, like somebody's older brother. Kick lands deep, snare lands dry. Nothing in the track trying too hard to fly. That's what I like. Let the pop kid chase fireworks. I want headlights, a bruised moon, and a bass line that walks like it knows where the bodies aren't. She says you always narrate when you're nervous. I say you always smile like it's on purpose. She says it is, then turns the radio up until the city station dissolves into hiss and nerve. Tripwire in the small talk, tripwire in the grin, tripwire in the way the night lets all the weird thoughts in. And somewhere under the pad and drone, something warm keeps holding on. Tripwire in the low beam, tripwire in the dash, tripwire in the cigarette, amber burning down too fast. Tripwire in the skyline, tripwire in the tune. We keep crossing little fall lines under a damaged moon. Tripwire in the silence, tripwire in the ride. We're on word from either of us, and the whole damn night goes right. We stop where the vending machine glows green, bugs orbiting like a haunted scream. She buys peach gum and a plastic knife, says every road song needs one dumb detail for life fair. Mine is the stain on the passenger door, older than either of us, maybe more. Looks like a map if you squint too long, which is how people get religion wrong. Back on the road, the scent turns pale, guitar comes in like a ghost on a rail. Sirens fall off, maybe real, maybe not. Everything at this hour sounds overthought. She starts talking about leaving town, the way some people talk about drowning. Casual, funny one eyebrow up, like if you call it a joke, it can't leave a mark. I say there's nowhere clean enough to run. She says maybe clean is overrated, son. I hate when she says that, I hate when she's right. I hate how the night keeps making both look stylish. Under every billboard halo, under every overpass, there's a little piece of static asking how long this lasts. Wrong question. Tripwire in the mirror, tripwire in the speed, tripwire in the half-song line about hunger, luck, and need. Tripwire in the laughter, tripwire in my throat. We keep driving through the voltage just to see what still can flow. Tripwire in the black top, tripwire in the frame. If this city wants a witness, it can learn our name. Sun's coming up, ugly hour, best one. She's asleep now, cigarette gone, sky turning that color. That means nobody won, but nobody folded either. You ever notice how every city looks honest in the rearview mirror? Yeah, that's the trick. lights dragging long white scars across a boulevard of sleeping bars. Neon saints with flickering halos, blink approval from dusty windows. She taps the rhythm on the glove box lid, slow like somebody remembering a sin. Radio humming some crooked bass, low enough to shake the place. Chrome reflections in puddled rain, half the night smells like gasoline. Taxi ghost drift block to block, every green light feels like a mock. She says the world looks smaller tonight, like somebody folded the skyline tight. I say the city just breathes that way, in through the chaos, out through decay. Somewhere a siren yawns in blue, lazy echo down Avenue 2. Snare cracks dry like snap cheek glass, and the whole damn street lets us pass. Low beat dragging under our feet, final dust in the backseat heat. You don't talk when the groove gets deep, you just drive and pretend to sleep. Rear view burning red and gold, all the stories we never told. Rear view laughing soft and slow, every mile lets the silence grow. Rear view lights and crooked roads, all the places nobody goes. Rear view smoke in the lane behind, every bad idea looks kind. Billboard angels advertising sleep, liquor store glow running cheap. A kid on a bike with a paper crown, rides through the dark like he owns the town. She steals my cigarette mid-drag, calls my attitude a luxury tag. I tell her sarcasm keeps me fed, she says it mostly keeps me dead. Guitar comes in thin and strange, like a memory just out of range. Pads floating through the streetlight haze, soft as a half-forgotten phrase. We pass a diner with broken clocks, old men arguing over stocks. Nobody cares that the night's on fire, as long as the coffee never retires. That's the charm of a city like this, every disaster comes with a kiss. Every crack road hums a tune, only the lonely here at noon. You don't fix nights like these, you archive them in smoke, in baseline, in bad lets the silence grow. Don't look forward, the future's overrated. The mirror knows the better stories. People always say cities are alive. That's not true. They're just good at pretending. Low city breathing under wires, tired neon broken choirs. pockets got nowhere to go. Taxi ghosts and amber lights, cheap motel, philosophical nights. She's drawing shapes in window fog. I'm half asleep in analog. Every corner sells a lie, every rooftop knows the sky. But the beat stays calm and deep, like the dark is half asleep. She says maybe we should leave, find some cleaner place to breathe. I say clean is just a word people use when they're disturbed. Snare cracks dry like dusty chalk. Radio preacher starts to talk, something about saving souls. Signal fades between the poles. Paths bloom wide in violet air, city humming everywhere. Somewhere under every tone lives a rhythm of its own. Love city under skin, love city pulling in every broken avenue, singing something almost true. Love city neon rain, love city crooked lane. Every bass note in the dark feels exactly like a spark. Low city breathing slow, low city undertow. Every mile a midnight road, carrying a quiet load. We stop where the train tracks bend, watch a freight line slowly end. Steel wheels whisper tired grace, long goodbye without a face. She kicks gravel down the line, calls the silence kinda fine. I light one more cheap regret, promise things I'll soon forget. Guitar whispers razor thin, soft distortion creeping in. Trip hop drums like heavy shoes, walking through the midnight blues. She laughs like thunder rolling late, says the future's overrated. I say futures cost too much, better keep the night in touch. Somewhere downtown speakers shake, some new club about to wake. But the road feels good and wide, so we stay out here and ride. Some cities want applause, this one just wants witnesses. Lost city in the frame, lost city without name. Every alley in the glow lets another secret grow. Lost city midnight tone, lost city all alone. Every slow hypnotic beat keeps the darkness feeling sweet. Low city fading light, low city endless night. Every mile the baseline says stay exactly where you are. Morning's coming, not yet. That's the whole point. It would drive so long. The road starts looking like a memory. Yeah, that's tonight. Chrome sleep under sodium skies, headlights burning lazy lies. Every mile of fading tone, every street light half alone. She's got headphones on one ear, listening to something unclear. Bassline bleeding through the sea, slow electric heartbeat heat. Billboard saints and plastic rain, city breathing through the drain. Radio static, late night call, someone arguing about it all. I keep driving past the signs, past the jokes and warning lines. Somewhere downtown, someone sings through a mic with broken springs. She says silence feels too loud, like the engine joined the crowd. I say quiet isn't peace, it's just noise without a lease. Snare cracks thin, like when the air pads drift slow through purple glare. You don't rush a night like this, you just lean into the hiss. Chrome sleep in the lane tonight, chrome sleep in the faded light. Every whisper from the road, carrying a secret code. Chrome sleep in the radio, chrome sleep in the undertow. Every mouth the speakers say, let the darkness have its way. Chrome sleep in a crooked grin, chrome sleep humming deep within. Every tired neon tone makes the night feel overgrown. Under bridges painted rust, graffiti saints collect the dust. Someone left a broken chair, like a throne for empty air. She starts humming off the beat, boots tapping soft on vinyl seats. I pretend I don't notice, but the rhythm starts to focus. Train line rattles somewhere far, like a drum behind a scar. Old guitar slides razor thin, ghostly feedback drifting in. She says maybe we're too late for whatever people wait. I say maybe that's the charm, missing every loud alarm. Street light halo stretch and sway, night refusing to decay. Every alley holds a spark, waiting patiently in the dark. Cities don't forgive, they just forget slower. Chrome sleep under midnight wires, chrome sleep over silent fires. Every baseline walking slow, where the tired dreamers go. Chrome sleep in the skyline bend, chrome sleep without an end. Every echo down the street makes the quiet feel complete. Chrome sleep in the air tonight, chrome sleep in the faded light. Every mile the night repeats, nothing here admits defeat. Don't wake up yet, the road is still dreaming.
Main roads are boring. Side streets tell the truth.
Turn left where the traffic dies, underwires and satellite skies. Broken signs and corner bars, cheap reflections on parked cars. Baseline sliding through the block, soft as footsteps after shock. Dusty breakbeat dragging slow, city pulse and undertow. She's reading tags on concrete walls, laughing at the spelling flaws. Every name a fading shout, every ghost still hanging out. Window down, the air tastes thin, like rust and rain and medicine. Somewhere down the alley bend, a guitar forgets to end. She says every time we pass feels like shattered stained glass. I say beauty's mostly cracks, holding light in dirty tracks. Synpad blooming violet haze, snare drum cracking sideways. Every block a quiet test for the rhythm in your chest. Side streets calling low, side streets afterglow. Every crooked neon sign drawing little faulted lines. Side streets breathing slow, side streets overflow. Every mile the speakers say, don't go back the safer way. Side streets, midnight grin, side streets pulling in every corner of the dark, waiting like a hidden spark. cities keep. Half awake and half asleep. Every block a little star, shining like a minor star. You don't chase the night, you let it corner you. Side streets in the glow, side streets undertow. Every crooked alleyway has a better song to play. Side streets through the haze, side streets neon blaze. Every mile the low end hum says the quiet has begun. Side streets in her laugh, side streets in the graph of every wrong turn we defend until the night decides to end. Take another left, trust me. Nobody important, go straight. Yeah. Window down. Don't ask where we're going. Nobody likes the real answer anyway. The city keeps changing its face every 6 blocks, but the smell stays the same. Bleeding on the dashboard glass, cheap gold sunset dying fast. She's got both feet on the passenger seat, laughing like the heat don't mean a thing. I got one hand locked on a tired wheel, other one tapping to the snare and steel. Dust in the vents, low fuel light on, same old jacket, same fake calm. Billboard saints with fluorescent teeth sell paradise over cracked concrete. Every exit sign says almost there, every gas station smells like burnt air. She says, relax, you always drive like the whole world owes you 5. I say, maybe it does, then miss the turn. Watching sodium street lights burn. There's a dog asleep by a shuttered store. There's a fight in the alley 2 blocks more. There's a preacher on the radio saying repent, but the signal cuts out where the overpass bends. And the bass keeps dragging like a chain through rain. Real slow, real short, real mean. Static in the mirror, static in the lane, static in the cigarette ash, falling on my jeans again. Static in a smile, static in the glow. We don't talk about tomorrow like tomorrow needs to know. Static on the blacktop, static in the frame. We keep riding through the voltage like we never learned our names. Motel signs blink with half a pulse. Ice machine hum dead moss, cheap rust. She reads the graffiti out loud like scripture, makes every bad wall sound richer. Says, you ever think we got out too late? I say late's just another word for great. If the cops are bored and the moon stays thin and the tank's got enough for the next bad grin, the kick drum lands like boots in sand. That old breakbeat shuffle, loosen plans, sirens smear in the distance somewhere. Soft as gossip through desert air. I know a silence better than my own. That's the joke of being half grown. You spend years learning all the wrong lines, then one person laughs and your time and sounds good. That's a charm. Static in the rear view, static in the blood, static in the lazy draw, rolling off the hood, static in the speakers, static in the night. We keep drifting past the wreckage like it almost looks alright. Static in the low end, static in the laugh. Every wrong turn gets prettier when you don't turn back. Yeah. Hear that? That's not the engine. That's the dark trying to keep up.